Hey, welcome to Training at 45. I'm Mike. I'm going to do a quick review on the WINNOW weight training bench. So this is a user review. I use this bench probably 3 times a week at least, and I've owned this now for the last 2 months. So yep, it's holding up well. So let's quickly go over some of the features. So it incorporates quite a unique design where it can be folded in the middle and held securely with the pins. The seat, of course, raises to a number of different positions, and there's scope to attach a ankle support that fits onto there. Of course, the seat can be adjusted to a number of different positions, and there's ability to attach bands to it as well by those hooks. So I'm quite a tall lifter, 6'3", and I can fit on this bench more than adequately. The top is nice and wide, and as an example, here's the top of my old bench, and you can see that there is a little bit more space where you need it to give that little bit of extra support. Also, this has got a really nice depth to the padding versus the typical run-of-the-mill benches you might see on the market. So the whole bench just bolts together. And comes with comprehensive instructions detailing how each section fits together. You even get some tools to put it together with, so that's always a bonus. You probably would want to use your own tools though, because as you can see, these spanners really don't fit the nuts very well at all, and so you'd end up rounding those off very easily with these. So folding and storage is pretty straightforward. We'll just remove the pin from here, fold up the bench, and then the bench is stored nice and compact and flat, which is great if you don't have a lot of space. So far, using this bench fairly heavily, there's absolutely no signs of wear or fraying or pulling of any of the stitches so far, and I've been fairly heavy-handed with it. Other than just a little bit of paint chipping off, there's been no problems really. So adjusting the bench then, the front is really rock solid. As soon as that pin's in there, that's not going anywhere, and it's a great range of being able to get from down there to up there. The back, however, I'm a little bit concerned with, and I wouldn't necessarily want to have this in a commercial setting. So there's nothing to stop that from jumping out. It would have been better if there was like a plate over the top really to stop that from being able to jump out, or even a pin or something to hold it in. I will stress though, in using it with some quite heavy weights, it's never moved though, so I think it's more, looking at it's not brilliant, but it works and feels more secure the further down the bench it is. So in the flat position, it feels pretty solid. It's more on the inclines that it's, I think, more at risk of jumping out. I suppose one thing you could do if you wanted that extra bit of assurance is to maybe use like a clamp on it just to hold it down. This one isn't big enough, but you get the idea. Another little bit of a frustration is the center mechanism here. There is a little bit of play that's there, if you can just see that moving there. So you need to make sure when you're about to commence the exercise that the bench is absolutely fully down, and then it's fine, it won't move again. But it could catch you out if you're sort of set up and then this isn't quite sat down there, or it's maybe on an uneven surface, that might not help. Angles of adjustment might not be ideal for certain exercises that I personally are doing. So this upright position is very upright, whereas then the next step down is a little bit too declined back, so the range of adjustment isn't quite as good as maybe a more expensive bench with more settings. That's still nice and solid, and it's never moved on me. So as well, the bench does have a bit of a tendency to squeak when you sit back on it. I've tried everything to stop that noise and I can't figure it out. Also, there's quite a big gap between the seat and the back plate. That can be very uncomfortable sometimes when you lean back with heavy dumbbells. So again, I can get around that with just a bit of a foam pad. Put that in there, and that stops that risk of jarring your back, which I have done and was very painful. So there's the bench with the leg attachment fitted. So should you rush out and splash down the cash on this bench? Well, for the most part, I think it's really good. It's certainly holding up so far to the rigorous training sessions I'm putting it through. Nothing's really come loose. Yeah, there's a little bit of movement in it if it's not on a stable surface, and the folding mechanism, just got to be careful with that, and of course the adjustment mechanism, but it's never jumped out on me, so I think it may be just something that doesn't look very good but actually is fit for purpose. But of course, you know, your own mileage may vary with that, so it's just something to bear in mind. I think, you know, there's a number of options with this. There's really good quality feet and everything on it as well, which I didn't actually mention. And of course, you know, the ability to get round it as well, and do maybe curls leaning forward on it and things like that. You know, there's so much you could do with this bench. There we are. Well, I hope you liked the review, and please subscribe to the channel and consider watching some of my training montages, etc. And yeah, see you soon. Thanks.